every morning, it starts over. We get a chance to shape the lives of our children with our words, because the words we use for our children become their inner voice. So choose them wisely. I am a strong believer in words. Words have power, immense power. Let me ask you, what's the first thing your children hear from you in the morning? Do they feel greeted with cheer and optimism? Or do they feel hurried along to get to school on time or get certain things done? When your children get home from school, do you tell them you miss them? Ask about their day? Or do you criticize them for getting dirty at school? What's the first and last thing your children hear from you every day? If we forget to praise our children for the good we see them do, we may find that the only feedback they get from us is when something needs to be fixed. Children and adolescents interpret this kind of feedback as something is wrong with them. They then internalize these negative labels and begin to see themselves as not good enough. What about the words we say to them when they are different from their sibling? Do we shame them? Compare them? You're so weird. You're so slow. What about the words we say to them when they do something wrong? Look, I know we all have moments in which we don't feel positively about our children. That's natural. Of course, they do things that are wrong and we get frustrated. Sometimes kids do things that could be called mean, and it's not reasonable to, be oozing positive regard for a child who has just lied, cheated, or done something bad. But yelling or screaming at them, we umbwa, oringanga kasasiro, ye kasasiro gwo olimu siru oringa kitaawo, buno bwasambwa mama wo, buva mu kika kyammwe. I don't think this really helps now, does it? Think about when your kids make poor decisions. They spill milk on their homework when they're not supposed to be eating or drinking near it. Or they break your favorite picture frame when they shouldn't be throwing balls in the house. Or when they don't clean up their rooms. They truck mud into the house. Each thing after you've told them time and time again what to do and what not to do. Your first reaction is, what's wrong with you? Why are you so stupid? Were you dropped on your head as a child? You never listen. Point is, once this is out, you can't take it back after that. You can't take back words like you're dumb or stupid or mean once they're out there. They stay out there. Your kids continue to hear these words in their heads. Many of our children hear more criticism from us rather than praise, which can affect their self-esteem. Well, having meaningful conversations with our children during these times and giving specific praise not only helps our children feel loved, but it also lays the foundation for what they think about themselves. A few positive discipline strategies that effectively teach children to manage their behavior. I got a few of them to share. Number one is show and tell, right? Teach children right from wrong with calm words and action. Model behaviors you would like to see in your children. Many of us are always out there shouting, screaming, fighting in front of the children, but then expect them not to fight and shout with other children. Number two, catch your child being good. Give positive feedback when they do good. Oh, nice work putting your toys away. I like that you did your homework early today before TV. A simple acknowledgement goes a long way. If they're learning something new but keep failing, try saying, I love seeing how hard you worked on this. And even though it's done differently than what you did, I would like to help you try again. Okay? Number three, set limits. Have clear and consistent rules your children can follow. Be sure to explain these rules in age-appropriate terms that they can understand. And then calmly and firmly explain the consequences if they do not behave. For example, Tell your child that if she does not pick up her toys, you will put those toys away for the rest of the week. Be prepared to follow through right away. Don't give in to them by, giving them the toys back after a few minutes. Number 4, hear them out. Listening is very important. Let your child finish the story before you help solve the problem. Watch for times when misbehavior has a pattern. Like if your child is verbally abusive, talk to your child about this. Where is she picking this from? Rather than just giving consequences. Number 5, try praising your child 5 times for every one criticism. Do you think you can do that? Look, while avoiding criticism of your child is a great goal, it's unrealistic. But aiming for a 5-to-1 ratio of praise to criticism is more attainable. Model how to acknowledge and apologize for your own behavior. If you've lost your cool, it's all right. It happens to all of us. We want our children to learn to take responsibility for their own misbehavior. We need to demonstrate that ourselves. Remember, children learn about the misbehavior and the world and more different behaviors and how people interact by observing and imitating their parents' behavior, their caregivers' behavior. Sorry. So when you cross the line, wait until things cool down and have a calm conversation. Acknowledge this. I wasn't happy last night. I was very angry last night. And while it's okay to be mad, it's not okay to be disrespectful or say hurtful words to someone. I shouldn't have said the things I said to you last night. I'm sorry, and I will try to use my words more carefully next time. I love you. Now, I know most parents must be out there laughing like, who, me? Apologize to a child? Okay. This is very, very important. You need to be mindful of your non-verbal communication as well. When a child does something and they fail at it, do not jeer. Many of you go like, that's non-verbal, but it's very loud. Like you are so speechless at how dumb they are. That is how it's interpreted. By the way, even as a parent, you can give yourself a timeout if you feel out of control. Give yourself a few minutes to take deep breaths, relax, then get back to talking out things with your child. I know kids can be annoying sometimes, but remember, kids are not giving you a hard time. Kids are having a hard time. I've learned to speak to my children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most beautiful and magical humans on earth, because I know what they believe is what they will become. With mindful parenting, you reframe, like you take the automatic message and responses, many of which are driven by our childhood's emotions, histories, and turn them on their heads, choosing to consciously view our children through a positive lens. So instead of, they're making me go crazy, let it become, I know they're having a hard time. I need to help them out. Instead of, they don't listen to a word I say, try, I have to connect with them before they'll fully attend to what I'm saying. Or sometimes they have strong minds of their own, and that's still okay. And instead of, they are crying for no reason, I'm going crazy, let that become, I know they have a reason, even if I don't know it. You practice patience with them. A word of advice, it is easier to build strong, mentally healthy children than it is to repair broken ones. Assalam Alaykum Warahmatullah Wabarakatuh.